Hello everyone! For this video, 500 likes is our like goal, and hashtag dragon and hashtag Valkyrie. Comment as many times as you want because we've got some pretty cool info. Some is very limited, the rest of it's pretty straightforward. So we're gonna begin. So I did do a video on the Friday when the episode came out, and there was a reveal of Ace Dragon getting an evolution, which is called Imperial Dragon. Now the pictures we had before were really not that clear, right? So now we have more clear photos, but something I do want to show real quick, something that's not really like such crazy news or whatever. I saw this on the VALKYRIE project, I'm pretty sure. There's going to be a WBBA store exclusive, which is going to be Zwei Bahamut Omega, that's not Excel, that's a Assault Dash, I'm pretty sure. And I believe the weight on that is Zan. So, I don't know, it's kind of like, I think the good stuff is that we get outer, which is going to probably be painted, red painted outer disc, which is good. The only time we got that is from the Black Ori Kelcom. Assault's Dash, like Assault's really not that, to my memory, it's not that different from Excel, whatever. It's not that different from that driver, so it's not really like anything crazy. I would love a Bite Dash since we have pretty much Keep Dash. I guess the only really good thing is that the Bahamut chip and, actually, yeah, pretty much everything about this is almost solid. Zwei base, red, painted, crimson. That's going to be very nice. It's definitely a lot more exciting than Ace Asura. Ace Asura is such a joke. It's like already like an unpopular the like variable dash. It was so weird. But some other stuff to cover is just the clear pictures of the stuff. So I have two pictures right here. One I saw on Twitter, the other one I saw on the VALKYRIE project. So the left one I had to do some color correction, so that's why it doesn't look 100%. The right one, I found it on Twitter. I'll probably leave a link to the tweet if I don't forget. If not, just see it on the VALKYRIE project where it's there. If it's not on the VALKYRIE project, I'll just leave a link to the tweet. Regardless, those are the two images we got a little bit updated, and I want to do a little bit of breakdown. So I want to first talk about this image because we can see it a little bit more clearly now, and it does look really cool. And I'm not, for how bulky I would say this is, I think it's, because Prime Apocalypse and Regalia don't look, I don't know, I think it's not really like the width, it's more like the height of the thing. I think this will probably maybe be as bulky as Judgment from how it looks from the angle. Or, you know, like Chosi Valkyrie, like as bulky as that, I guess. That's the vibes I'm getting off it. So let's talk about this. So I kind of made a discovery. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm not. The Gatinko chip for Imperial Dragon looks like it can be removed off of Imperial, which could mean that we have Dragon and Imperial, because I compared it to the original Dragon Gatinko chip, and you'll notice that it's got those two little tabs on the side there. And unlike Prime Apocalypse or Regalia, they don't have you can't customize, you can't have Prime Valkyrie or Regalia Astra, etc. No, it's just Prime Apocalypse and Regalia Genesis. So that dragon chip is gonna definitely, unless I'm wrong, be customizable. Just from the look of it and everything. I don't know how they're going to make the teeth different from the original dragon chip. I would just hope they make it better. I don't want it to be like the same mold or like almost no difference at all. In terms of the dragon chip for the new design, I think the only real thing that I could see that really feels different is just that the yellow kind of shifts to where the mouth is for the dragon, so the dragon kind of looks like it has more armor around it or more like of a yellow glow. And, you know, even remembering the original dragon avatar, I don't really know how it's going to look in the anime, but it does seem interesting. And they do have a backstory in the manga, which I will cover the manga soon. The manga actually has something that's way better than the anime, big surprise. But I want to move on to Imperial because if what I'm saying is correct, hopefully, Imperial should look something like this is Photoshopped, by the way. This is not like what this is not the leaked picture. This is Photoshopped, obviously, and my theory was that it'll look a little bit like the Lord base for how the thing is, and you'd have that weird core thing in the middle. unless I'm wrong, again, I'm going to keep on saying that. I don't think Imperial is going to be the thing where it's like Lord and left and right. That'd be ridiculous. I think it's just going to be Imperial, just going to be a right layer base. Nothing special at all. Some other stuff actually, you know what? I was going to talk about the Prime Apocalypse. There's some like special lottery thing about it, but I did cover it before. But in terms of the info, we're not going to really see too much heavy stuff until probably like maybe near the end of this month. So I would say, if not now, I would say the episode that comes after the debut episode for the anime for the set. Like, you know, they always do the episodes before the actual product comes out for promotion. You know, basically how it always works. I think probably the week after that, we'll probably see. So the episode, when's the Friday following? The Friday, okay, so let's see, it was the 11th, that was the episode 18th. Alright, so then what's after the 18th after that? So, 25th? Alright, 25th, so probably by the 25th of October, we should see something, if not early November. Moving on anyways, I was noticing on the layer base that there's distinct parts where it looks like there's legitimately metal, and parts where it's just plastic. So that's very key when you're looking at it, because when we look at the clear HD image, which I did do a brighter and darker version of it, I think the tabs on the, like I said before, kind of like Zwei, the tabs on the left and on the right, you can see that there's definitely metal there. And then after the bottom and the top, that doesn't look like metal to me, that's just like metallic paint. You know, like it's like the good coat of paint they did on the Union. Now, ideally, the more metal it has, the better. And by the way, hey, big surprise, more of these bays are appealing with metal just to have a bit more power to it. Like, I like how Knockout Odin has metal inside of it. I like how Regalia and Genesis, even though you can't customize it, they have clearly metal there. And Dragon, especially if the Imperial base is customizable and has metal, and you just got poor Union Achilles with no metal. But regardless, around it looks like, I think it'll be very good. Now, I don't think it's going to be the thing where it's only good because of the driver. I think this is just going to be a good base. I still don't know what makes it a deluxe, what is it, booster? Regardless, the driver ignition. Now, pretty much, if you remember Hasbro's RC, since basically the hybrid driver is just a glorified Hasbro RC driver, pretty much the same thing. It'll just be blue instead of clear, or silver clear, like Regalia. That's kind of it. And if you're wondering about the gimmick, which I'm just going to go back to that. So if you don't already know, the gimmick for the stuff, which actually I'm going to move on to this before I cover this part right here. The gimmick for this is that I was going to say Ignition. The fan main name right now is called Ignition. It's not actually called Ignition. That's just what we've been calling it. It's probably not going to be the most obvious name, because that's how TT usually works. So I'm just going back on the footage right here. I want to play it. So see, they'll go clockwise, and after it'll go counterclockwise, right? That's how it basically works. So basically with IG, I'm going to not say Ignition, because Ignition is not the official name. With IG, how I'm guessing it's going to work is that when you launch it hard, I guess, it's going to go one round around, and then after it'll stop immediately, then go back to the center, then after go counterclockwise. Now the thing is this, since we know the Dragon is right rotating, obviously, for it to spin left, like, if it doesn't get any other hits in, it's just going to really screw it up in the battle. Like, I'm just getting memories from, because, you know, my only experience was kind of, because I know people talked about the old generation, like the first gen, and how there is, like, bays that had this similar system. For me, I only can remember, like, the Hasbro RC, and when you, like, go on the app, and when you go clockwise, how it spins faster, and if you go counterclockwise, it'll kind of do it, but then after, it'll kind of get all wobbly and stuff and whatever. So probably that'll be the weakness to that driver, just if you can't get those hits in. But I don't think this bay will be weak by any means. I still have to wait until following week for Regalia and for Apocalypse to really get an idea of how they're going to be. But to end off, in 2020, so the following year, not like a whole year, just like, you know, 2020, there is going to be a contest where fans can basically do like a design and submit it, and whatever is the winner, that's what the design is going to be made for the new Valkyrie evolution. So Valkyrie is getting an evolution, thank God. I hate Slash. Slash, other than Blitz, just kind of sucks. I mean, no, Slash layer base is not that bad. Okay. But it's, like, for Valkyrie evolution, it's not really justice, because, like, Chozy just bullies it. So here's to hoping that a fan can do a better job in designing a Bey than TAKARA TOMY can. So my theory is that since a fan has to make the design, they have to do the contest, I would guess probably around February they'll probably do it. Now, they did do a design contest thing before. I think it was for Duo, Apollo, and Artemis in the God series, right? So I hope it's going to be good. I hope Valkyrie Evolution is going to be good. Now, something I want to leave off with this cool question. So if you were to evolve Valkyrie, other than, let's say, oh, I want to give it a motor driver or something like that, how would you evolve Valkyrie? Like, either would you make it like Prime Apocalypse and Regalia, where it's just one piece and you can't customize it? Or would it be like you can customize it? What would you change about the Slash base to evolve it? And just tell me that in the comment section below. And as well, if you don't want it to have a motor driver, what kind of driver would you want to have it? Make it had, excuse me, bad English there. But that's where I'm gonna leave it off with. Personally, super excited to see where Beyblade's gonna go from here, since we basically got all these crazy bulky bays now. Like, don't get me wrong, it was bulky before, but these bays are like really big now. Hopefully there's some way to stop these bays, because otherwise it's going to really like screw with the meta, having infinite lock bays and bays with this and these drivers and whatever. I still don't remember if these drivers are going to even be banned or not, or even the layers are going to be. It's so weird. But that's going to be it for now. I want to say thank you all for watching. I don't like to talk a little bit too long about it, but yeah, if there's any more updates, I'll let you know. As for the rest, if you're wondering about other stuff like HASBRO, hopefully time will tell. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.